Romans chapter 12, the one she shared, verse 3. The Bible says, "For I say through the grace given to me, to everyone who is among." Right? He's saying, through the grace given to me, to everyone who is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think very as God has dealt to each one on a measure of faith. This verse, it doesn't nullify the spiritual ranks that are in the prophetic. But this verse literally, it speaks about everyone's focus should not be on who am I better than.
Right.
This verse is based on everyone should focus on their capacity of the flow in the prophetic. They should get satisfied based on the grace given, and the measure of faith is not the measure of our prophetic grace to our friends' flow in the prophetic. But the measurement is talking about is knowing the capacity of your flow. In other words, you shouldn't be able to compare yourself with someone, but you should be able to be contained and know your capacity. Why? Because, for example, maybe I'll call out 10 names, and maybe you'll be able to call only one name. And because you want to call 10 names like I'm able to call, then because there is a thin line in the prophetic, a very thin line between truth and malfunctioning or misconception. So there is only a very little line. And if a person forces himself to do more, remember, it's not about, how can I put it? It doesn't mean that you can never grow and go beyond. But the thing is that it's not based on our effort to do more in the prophetic, but it's based on the grace given at that appointed time for us to go. And so, if, for example, I measure my prophetic flow with another man's prophetic flow, it means it will be a man's effort in the push to flow in the prophetic. So because there is a thin line, and the thin line is obedience. And so because I want to go more than I am doing now, not because that's the grace of God pulling, but because I want that. So I'll cross that thin line, and I'll malfunction. Why? Because I'll be doing things according to the flesh. And that's why it comes, the enemy gives people, okay, they see something, and at the end of the day, they say, but I saw it. But, and they say, oh, he prophesied. Amen. He prophesied, not prophesied. He prophesied. Well, the guy, he was so sure. And you know how the enemy, he is, he has tactics on how he works on the prophetic. With those who are prophetic, let's say with us who are prophetic, he first of all, he works for you until you have an assurance where when I speak a word, I don't miss. It is ever accurate. And so once you reach that level, and after you reach that level, now you begin to measure your level of the prophetic with other people's measure of faith in the prophetic. And when you begin to do that, that's the enemy sowing a seed. One day he is going to give you a picture. You think it's God showing you, but it is not literally God showing you. It is the enemy. He has planted his tares in the flow of the prophetic. Before you realize, you speak, the prophetic, and everyone, they are waiting, and they'll be like, they say you will not die, but the person died. What is that? Because there is only a thin line in the prophetic. And that's why Paul was emphasizing, he was not saying, it's not literally talking about that we cannot grow, but the thing is that everyone should be able to grow according to the measure. So in this day, For example, yesterday I might have maybe prophesied or maybe mentioned 5 names of people, but it doesn't mean today I'll mention 5 names of people. And so before I begin to prophesy, I must be able to measure the capacity of grace given for today.
Right.
Okay, so it doesn't mean yesterday I was going more, or maybe I went less, then today I'll go less. No, we should be able to make when we're thinking about measuring, we should be able to see the grace that has been given, the measure of faith that has been given. So if today it's like one name, just say one name, well, because that's the measure of grace that has been given to you. So
Right.
don't feel bad according to the measure, because the measure is the shape of how He wants us to flow in the prophetic. So I won't say much about this because of time, amen. And
Amen.
so that's why I say that everyone, but to think soberly as God has dealt with each and everyone. So you shouldn't measure yourself or think about, oh, well, that one's going beyond, I'm going less. No, you should think soberly, but your soberly thinking should be in accordance to the measure. In other words, saying focus on what has been given to you. Prophesy
Right.
according to the measure
Right.
of faith. Look unto that. Don't look. Yes, we can celebrate many people who go beyond in the prophetic. We can celebrate many people who give, amen, who give 100 prophecies. Amen. When everyone is in the room, I do give everyone, amen. That's the grace, amen. He's
Right.
given that grace. But there are sometimes, like on last Sunday, I just gave only 3 people the prophetic word in the service. Only 3 people. That's the measure of grace was given to me. If I force myself, oh God, because they know, there's the name, on the banner is host Prophet Joseph Trison. And because they see the name prophet, and so because when there is that title on the banner, and everyone comes, when they look there, they'll be, wow, wow, we're expecting prophecy, 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 prophecy. And
Mm-hmm.
so even you who is standing in front, you'll be like, oh, when you look there, the prophet. and you want to go more. And God, I can't have one name. Oh, I can't have one prophetic word. Oh, I need more. I need more. And wanting to go more, then you miss the point. You cross
Mm-hmm.
the thing, then you malfunction in the prophet. That's why I said, it doesn't matter the place where you are, but you must be soberly minded, only focusing to the measure of what has been given to you. Just be content with it.
Right.
If he's going to increase, it's up to him. If he's given you
Amen.
3 names, okay, just call 3 people, okay, one,
Right.
two, three. Okay, I have the word. If it's one, just go to the, okay, I have the word of prophecy to you. Before you say, I'm going to prophesy to everybody here, you must know how many prophetic words have I received. And if you receive that prophetic word, then just call the person whom you have the prophetic word, okay? That says the Lord, this and this. If God asks, well, that's the grace. To God be the
Right.
glory. You go to the next one. If He gives you another one, go to the third one, fourth one. If He ends there, end there. Don't
Right.
go on the measure
Amen.
of faith that has been given. Otherwise, you will malfunction. They'll say, He prophesied, He doesn't prophesy.